Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Smart Poker YouTube channel and another episode of Sundazed and Confused, number 139. As always, my wife, Crispy Wannabes, here beside me.
Cheers, everybody.
We got our joint, we got our coffees, and we got a link for anybody that may want to join. I got to get it set up here. I see Caveman was first. Oops. I see Uncle Rick, J5, Sheldon, Artman, OK Jace, Operation Annihilation, Sheldon, Emid, Sevens.
Good to see everybody here in chat.
I'll try to get
Nice
that
to
link.
have you.
We'll get the link pinned.
How's it going, Artman? Cheers, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Beautiful day here, enjoying some warm weather. Warmer.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, it's like it's gonna be like 50s today. It's nice out. Right? I was just outside. I finally tore down my garden. It was all bone dry and went down real easy. But it was nice to get that done. Still the tomato smell, rotten tomato. There's probably 50 rotten tomatoes laying there. Fire at this point. There's Jace. How you living, Big Cheese?
Cheers, buddy.
What's going on, fellers?
What's this? Jeez, huh?
Looks like someone's gonna make some edibles.
Ooh,
Yeah, I need a quick vote here. Which flavor should we go for here? We got. You guys don't have Sonic up there where you're at, do you?
We have Sonic. Like you mean the
The
hamburger
restaurant?
joint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I've got their ocean water, green apple, cherry limeade, strawberry peach, Skittles original, black cherry, and blue raspberry.
Ooh.
I vote black cherry. That would be my favorite.
That does sound good.
That's the one.
Anybody else object to that? Crispy?
Yeah.
Are you?
She's definitely not going black cherry. What do
I'm
you
not going, yeah.
I know my wife. She ain't eating no black cherry.
Skittles.
Skittles. I knew it. Skittles.
Skittles.
That was my
Or
second.
the secondary would be the cherry lemonade.
Okay, yeah, I had the Skittles. Those are really good, actually. I might, I'll probably just go black cherry this time. What the hell?
I love black
Yeah.
cherry. I
That's what I'm doing this month.
over it, and I thought it was real good.
Shit, if I can get this up here without falling down. There we go. I'm on my little mini tripod. I had to use that thing. You got the gelatin ready to go.
Ooh, it is.
It's thick. Okay, now if I can remember how to do this.
Yeah, this is cool. Let me put you on the big screen here. I want to see. It goes. Let's see what you got here.
Oh, yeah, nice view.
So I haven't made many batches. This is only my fourth batch, I think. And the first batch was a disaster. Oh my god, that thing, it disintegrated. What happened was I used some citric acid inside the Jello and on top of it, and it melted it. I mean, it was like a pile of goo in my fridge when I got done.
Really?
Yeah, so I learned not to add it in while you're cooking it. But what I'll do is I'll mix them up with some just regular granulated sugar, and then I'll add it like right before I'm about to eat it. So I have it like in this whole salt shaker, and I can just sprinkle some on if I want it to be sour. So this is just a half.
That thing's
That's
cool,
a-
bro.
Yeah, it's a half a cup of MCT coconut oil, double infused for nuclear
Nice.
pleasure. And you know what? I had a little.
Gummies, man.
Huh?
Haas Farms is asking, what are you making? Gummies?
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I got some molds over here on the counter. I'm just gonna do like some gummy bears, and I got little wheat leaves, whatever. I had a little bit extra
I like the
oil left
worms.
off.
I like the worms that you made, like the molds that you have. One's a worm. I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they've got. I kind of bought a variety there. I bought those weed leaf ones, which are pretty cool, but they don't hold that much, so you got to take more of them. So I bought some larger capacity ones.
Now you was putting extra MCT oil. I think I screwed you up there. Was that infused?
Yeah, so it's a half a cup for the recipe, and I had just a tad more, so I just went ahead and threw it in because I really couldn't do anything else with it. Might as well make them a little bit stronger.
Yeah. Now that's all going to get back to liquid, right? Inside the double boiler there.
Yeah, so it looks funky as hell. It's like a jello blob basically, but yet they call it blooming it. So you bloom it first. You just put water in it, and it rises up like that. And I guess it mixes better. I don't know. Just kind of following the recipe. I don't know the science behind it, but yeah, you just bloom it, and then you just mix it back in. The heat will reliquefy it. You just keep stirring it pretty frequently. I don't think you have to stir it like the whole entire time that you're doing this, but just enough till it melts down. I use a kind of like a double boiler. I got a Pyrex here inside of the big pot with some water in it. That's not boiling yet. It's like a medium, like almost real rolling boil. I don't want it too hot at first until everything starts to incorporate, and then I'll kind of turn the heat up. And then do this for about 10 minutes. You need about 10 minutes for it to emulsify and dissolve good and properly in there, and then I can pour it right into the molds. Yeah, I had the weed leaf molds.
Oh yeah,
I see what you mean. They don't hold much.
they're small.
You have to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I got the gummy bears. See, those are a lot bigger. They're easily twice the size of that. And then the worms here, which you got the big worms on the bottom and the small ones on top.
Nice.
The only bad thing is when you change up your serving size like that, it's almost like Russian roulette. You need to stay consistent on your serving size. So you're like, man, I just took one worm last time and I was not that good, but then I took the big one and I was effed up. Well, no shit, it's like twice the size of it.
Sorry. Woo.
Yeah, I've been double infusing my batches because I found a single infusion that's just not strong enough for me. So I'll give it the double whammy.
So when you talk double infusion, how do you do that? What are you doing?
Same process.
Just twice?
Yeah. So I decarb. I got an Ardent FX. It decarbs and infuses. So I decarb, and it has a certain capacity. It says it holds up to 3 or 4 ounces of flour. I don't know about that. I've got about 2 in there, and it seemed like I really couldn't get much more unless you really grind it up, which I don't. They say you don't have to grind up the whole flour, but if it's real big, I'll break it down. And then, so I'll decarb. So you can only fit so much in this container along with the oil, and then I'll infuse that, and then I'll use my cheesecloth and strain it, and then I'll decarb some more and then infuse it again, that same oil.
Cool. I often thought about that, like if you weren't making a product strong, like because we've made oils and stuff, and I thought, I wish I would have just put a little bit more because I got to eat a lot of it, and I don't particularly care for the taste.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing if you go through all that trouble and you take that first one and you're just expecting all this and you don't get nothing off of it or barely anything, and then you find yourself taking 3 or 4 gummies or more than that just to get a little buzz.
Yep.
See, here's how I'm looking at it. I've been sitting here trying to think about it. The double infusion. I don't want to say this. This is how I understand the science, whether I'm understanding it correctly or not, is that the multi-chain triglycerides or medium chain triglycerides somehow, I don't want to say it. In my mind, they somehow like shed a molecule and then they add one from the cannabis and they lock onto each other. And that bond can only happen so many times based on the amount of MCT oil you have. So once that change happened, you really can't force like more into it. So I'm sitting here thinking, I wonder if you could just go more the first round versus trying to double batch it or something. You know what I mean? Because
that's
at a certain point, it's only going to hold so much.
Right. Like in my mind, that's how I see it. Like it is only going to hold so much. But if you don't get it all in there that first
one.
time, then you have some room. There's some room to add some more, but it will get to that zenith where it's not going to be able to, it only takes on so much.
See, I was worried about that too, and I started doing some research, and I asked the manufacturer. Actually, I think it's on their website, and they say you can double infuse on that, like it does work. But yeah, I get what you're saying on that though, because
Yeah,
there's only so much.
I wasn't doubting that it got better. I was just curious if, like, is there a way to cut the second part of the labor out? But you know what? If it's something you enjoy doing, you're having great results, why fuck with it? You know what I mean? I was just
Yeah,
that's all.
No, I get. Yeah, I definitely noticed some results on that first batch that I just single infused versus the second one. I was using Keef, but I ran out. And that was really good because it didn't take up much volume and it's pretty potent shit. But yeah, I'm out of Keef. But the problem with like using more flour is like you really want that oil to cover the flour so it infuses into it. So if you have more flour than oil, you know, it's not infusing properly.
I got a big announcement. Okay, Jace. You want to know what the big announcement is? Art Man's going to be on Jack Greenstock's show tonight.
Oh shit!
Yeah, buddy.
That's pretty freaking awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Hell, yeah.
You mentioned
that's my favorite show. One of my favorite people going on my favorite show is going to be freaking. That's a Sunday night for me, man. I'm excited.
I'm going to the chat just to harass.
Yeah. So you're going to be talking like drying, curing.
Yeah, I talked to him this morning. I told him I was harvesting tomorrow, and if he wanted me to walk through my grow, I could. He's not sure if they're going to have a actual open show or whatever, but he invited me on the panel to talk about drying, curing, and harvesting. So that was very nice of him, and I appreciate it. Yeah. So I'll just go through what I do. And that's cool.
That's a lot of fun.
Thanks, Jeff.
Very knowledgeable. I like hanging out over here.
Oh yeah, I do. A lot of them.
Look at
I've seen Matthew a lot though lately. What's up with Matthew? You seen him or?
I think it's just work. I think he's getting bigger and bigger. You know, his education and his talents are really calling him out. And I think some things end up, unfortunately, going to the wayside. And I believe that, you know, donating time to that show had to come. And I'm sure that wasn't an easy decision for him, man. You know?
Right on.
Love Matthew, man.
I like the dispenser, man.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's really nice. Keep everything real neat, easy to get. Where you're going with those molds.
It's like,
yeah, because I used to do it. I used to do it straight from the Pyrex because the recipe said to do that, you know, straight from the Pyrex in the mold. But that's a little tricky, man. It was sloppy as hell.
How long can you keep it in that? What is that? A ketchup holder or some dispenser or whatever it is?
What I got it in now?
Yeah, how long can it stay liquid?
I don't know. Quite a while. I mean, that's pretty screaming hot when I got it out. But I'm quick with it, though. I try to get it done as fast as I can. That way I don't have to worry about it solidifying on me. Oh, shit. I just overpoured one. Way too much.
Is if you had one of those with thicker sidewalls where you could sit that bottle directly down in the water, to warm water, in case it started to get solid, you could just warm it back up, you know?
Yeah, like a baby bottle warmer or something.
Yeah, or like that's like a ketchup dispenser. I remember when I was a kid, go to the McCrory's 5 and Dime and get a burger, and they would have the strongest ketchup dispenser known. You need one of those, man. It was a big red one, you know, thick wall plastic. You guys remember? Did you have McCrory's 5 and Dimes where you live?
No.
No, it must have been a local like Pittsburgh area thing, huh? They had like the lunch counter. You could get a hot dog and a drink for 99 cents or something when I was a little kid. They sold goldfish and cat guns.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's like the Costco hot dog nowadays.
Yeah, they're cheap, man. Same with Walmart. What's the Walmart? The big one?
Sam's.
Yeah.
Pizza's for $1.50, like a slice of pizza and shit. The same slice of pizza at the Pittsburgh Zoo's $15.99. You know?
What a scam.
Yeah.
I guess you eat before you go to the zoo, huh?
Yeah, man. It's pretty wild. I quit going to the zoo. And I felt bad for the animals, man. I walk around there like, damn, I know that thing don't want to be caged up, you know. And I just it felt weird donating to that. I quit going. But I want some pet gummy bears. How's that? I like bear gummy variety. Look at this. He got them all laid
Nice.
out.
Got them lined up.
Yeah,
When your wife's out
one,
there-
the blue one, the leaf shaped one. I got one just like that.
Do you really?
Yep. I
Yeah,
just bought them. We've never used them yet.
they're pretty cheap. I think it was like 10 or $15 for a 3-pack. So it makes 75 gummies on that one.
You need one of those things I saw them when they did DNA. It was like a pipette with like 10 ends on it, and they click a button and it filled up, and they would go to each one, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, a volumetric pipette. That way you can dial it in and just get the same squeeze every time.
Yeah, and have like 10 tips on it. Hey, that's pretty good what you're doing, man.
But then you miss out on the fun of it, the joy of individually putting the care and the love in it, so that when you hand out your gummies, you grew the plant,
When his
you
wife
processed it, and now you're
when his
fishing.
wife's mother effing him because he's scrubbing gummy bear off the counter later, he'll wish he had one. That's what I'd be getting. It's all over the counter. I'd mess up. I already know it. Or there'd be a line between each bear of a little gummy line, you know, where I drug it right across. That's
Oh, there is. Well, the first one I did with the Pyrex, there is. I'll take you in a second. I spilled one big time. It's all over the counter, like you were saying. But one thing I noticed with these is my daughter, I got to start making gummies for her, non-medicated, of course, because she saw me doing them. She's like, I want some.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. I guess I never thought of that. I don't have any kids, man. So if you have kids, you definitely want to keep them put away. They come across that just randomly in the cupboard somewhere. It might be on, you know.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I did. I got some of these. I got some dispensary packages. They were throwing them away. It was a whole case of them. There's like 500 of them there. And they're those good airtight seal ones. That's like what they package the edibles in at the store. So I've been storing them in those when I get done. And I'll put some in the freezer and then whatever I'm using in the fridge. And then I'll just pull a bag out from the freezer, you know, as I empty one out, start letting it thaw. Keep them fresh. I learned that too on my first and second batch. These things actually spoil pretty fast, even though they're airtight. Like I had them in a Tupperware, and they started molding up on me after about like a week or so, almost 2 weeks.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you think they last a hell of a lot longer than that.
There's no preservatives though. It kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, so the second time or the last time I made it, I used some fresh lime juice. You can use what's that shit, like potassium sorbate or something like that. It's a preservative you can add in. You can buy it, but I like to go all natural, so I use some fresh citrus juice. So you can use like lime juice or lemon juice. Just like I used one lime and just squeezed it in there with the Jello.
Huh. That's pretty cool. Now, how many of those will you eat at one time? The weed leaves.
I usually save those for my wife because they're smaller. She has a much lower tolerance. I go for these bears. They're probably twice the size of those. It just depends. Like that second to last batch I had, those were probably the strongest ones I had. I could probably eat 2 to 4 of them and be blistered. The last batch I made, it was probably more like 6.
Let's get blistered, he
I
said.
like it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I like them strong. I mean, I don't do. I prefer to smoke. Usually when I smoke, you know, I don't get very blasted. You know, I smoke like a joint and I'm good. You know, but with the edibles, I like to get plastered, man. I like to knock my dong in the dirt and just wake up the next day like, oh shit, what happened?
That sounds like a good time.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes you gotta check out of life for a siesta. I like the way you think.
It's impressive how much you can make out of just one little package of Jello. All these molds.
Cheers to the chat. J5. Marcus, Artman, Caveman,
But I was
Clay.
making cookies and brownies, but I didn't feel like eating 1,000 calories every night trying to get high.
You're right.
Oh yeah, I guess if you gain weight easy, that would be an issue, huh? Especially at night, right before you go to sleep.
Got to maintain my beach body, and I don't have beach body, but I like to think
It's your story, bro. You tell it how you want.
It's your beach body, so rock it.
Tears Sacred, Regen, Guerrero, the American one. Sky overhead says he's stoned. The Jeff Rowe, Supreme Grapes. Nice relaxing Sunday, man. I got to spend some time outside, smell the soil. Hey, you guys might remember this. I wanted to update you. When I made go ahead, Jay. You can cut me, Jace. You can cut me off anytime, man. I'm just bullshitting. Those look
no, I'm
good.
just doing my work. I'm done now. That's
How
it.
long do you? I want to ask. How long do you let them sit until you can pull them out?
I've never really let them sit on the counter. I usually set them in the fridge, and they're pretty quick, like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay,
Maybe
that's nice.
maybe 30 tops. I've never really like timed it precisely, but you can also put them in the freezer for like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. But
Yeah.
it might take an hour or so to sit on the counter here. But these things are flimsy though. Like these, the weed ones are thicker, but these the bare ones are real flimsy. So you can't really pick them up. You'll spill all your liquid out. If you set them on like a plate, like a dinner plate or whatever, you can transfer that into your fridge. Yeah, that way you don't dump them out.
Or a cookie sheet or something. Yeah, that'd be a good idea there. You got real marble countertops. They really subtract heat quickly.
That's it. Good to go.
You guys remember? You remember in the beginning of the summer we was doing our compost, and I had mentioned that I bought these packs. It was some kind of microbes and stuff, and you put this pack in warm water, and a gallon of water you pour it over your compost, and it said it would. It says on the pack it'll make table scraps to ready compost in 90 days. Well, I don't think it was quite that fast, but I was digging through my compost just today, and the bottom, I don't know,
foot and a half.
I was to say maybe a foot was real nice. I mean, there was a few chunks in there that weren't completely broke down, but everything was dark brown, fluffy. It had that good smell, and I was pretty impressed. And I want to say, I think those packs actually helped. I want to say I put like 3 of them on over the course of the summer. And can I pet that dog?
I see he's feeling better. He doesn't have the calming collar on anymore.
He killed Mario, it looks like. He got Mario pinned down.
Yeah. What are you doing, puppy?
Oh, God, there we go.
There he is.
Oh, he's so cute.
He's feeling much better. Where's the other one? There he is.
His buddy.
I like that dog a lot. That tongue hanging out.
He gets scratches. I want scratches too. That's right.
Okay, that's enough.
Adorable.
Man, that dog licked you off.
Your one dog has resting stoner face.
Oh.
He pretty much is. He's been through a lot. He's old too. He's golly, how old is he? I want to say he's 12, and he's only got like maybe 3 teeth left.
It's always nice to see the animals.
They certainly make the growing fun in our garden anyway.
Yeah, they come in there and hang out with me if I let them, but I don't. Especially that Boston Terrier, I don't trust him. He'd be in there pissing and shitting everywhere.
My cat doesn't touch my plants.
Your cat doesn't chew up all your weed leaves, Art?
My cat is not allowed to get around my plants. No.
Uh-oh.
She's not a cow. Like
so Mimsy's not allowed at your house ever, huh?
No, I'm afraid Mimsy and Dax wouldn't get along. That would be a bad scene.
We created a monster, but She is fun. We have fun. She's ruined some plants
Oh,
already.
Yeah. Little baby ones. That's our fault for being inattentive pet owners. Really can't blame your animal, that's our fault.
Oh yeah, it's definitely our fault.
But I was mad
And I
at her
encourage
anyhow.
her sometimes because I think it's cute. Plus, she looks like she likes it. She's always wanting to chew on it. She loves that plant as much as I do, I think. And I would hate for someone to tell me, no, don't touch that. So I let her chew my plants.
You let her spoil
I
her.
do let her. I encourage it. I'm like, come on, Mimsy, let's get a video.
Hey, somebody
People-
reported my wife for animal abuse because she was chewing weed leaves.
Yeah, they said that I was maliciously.
Treating an animal maliciously on
Yeah.
your YouTube because you let them eat weed leaves. Can you believe that they busted her for that?
I
Oh.
don't agree with them.
Okay.
I do that out of love.
I think that's some shit.
What do they know? They're
Eh,
just plant haters, I think.
they are.
Wow, Jace, look at that.
Busting.
Ooh,
Oh, it looks mighty fine, mighty fine.
Man, these things are ready to roll. Starting to pack on a little weight.
What happened? What's happening? Hold on, Jace. Don't
What
start.
nothing's happening.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
We're
What
gonna
I do?
have a back-to-back tour.
Oh, Art Man. I
'Cause
thought he
you-
fell
yeah, I
off.
feel like they both
Oh
got
no, I
on.
turned on my other camera. It's just sitting
Awesome.
there. I'll wait until Jason's done.
I got you. I thought I screwed up.
You did. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yes,
I'm on.
yes, you did.
Oh shit, I was scared. I was like, what'd I do?
I'll take that and I'll eat it. I'm all high up. Go ahead, Jace.
It's
My
the
bad.
monkeys. It's the monkeys, man. They're nothing but trouble.
All right, in the
Okay,
back
Jace.
here we got the
Sorry.
purple. Got the purple panty droppers in the back, looking nice and frosty, starting to turn a little purple on me.
Ooh,
Liking
nice.
them.
Mm,
And then this is the Hella Jelly, also nice and frosty.
A lot of leaves on those two, aren't there? Wow,
Yeah, she's stacking down
Trimming.
nice too.
it's trimming.
And up front in the middle is Blueberry Muffin. This is probably my lowest yielder, just guessing right now. It's hard to say till it's all said and done, but just based off of what I got and what I know, I don't think it's going to produce a whole lot. But she's still looking good though. She's nice and frosty.
How many days are you since Flip?
Oh, golly, I just wrote that down. I think I'm on week 5.5 right now.
So it's been about 40 days, huh? 38.
Yeah, and these are supposed to finish in 45 if you remember from the breeder. So I doubt that, but we'll keep going. They'll finish when they finish. And then in the back there, we got raspberry parfait. And then our favorite Tropicana cherry over here. That's a good looking little plant. I like how small it is. I've never grown one that small. It's actually going to get some pretty good bud off of it, so I'm excited. And then up front on the right is pineapple upside down cake. Starting to get a little chunky. Not as frosty as the others, but she's got some trichomes coming in. Oh, and then I already showed you guys, but I got. Hang on, I'm trying to reach around here. Okay. Hey,
nice.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
Big-
tonight, I don't know if you have free time at night, Jace, but if on Sunday night. But if you do, you should check out the show that Art Man's gonna go on tonight. The Jack Greenstock Growers, my fellow growers, the Cheap Home Grow, and it's a lot of fun. I think tonight's they're gonna talk about some drying and curing. It's always good. I can't wait to get your review on that. Everybody talks good about it, and so I have no reason to doubt that you're gonna love it.
man, I hope so. You know, I was really, really leery about the design of it. I mean, the technology seems counterintuitive to what I know, you know, because you're dehydrating, you're rapidly heating these things which I've always gone the opposite route, you know. I mean, I say rapidly heating them, but I've always done the 60-60 method or as close to it as I can get. And then this pretty much dehydrates it like around 80 degrees ish, I think. So it's quite a bit warmer, and it only takes 4 days too.
60-60 is not ideal. It's just long been used because of its anti-mold properties, et cetera, that comes along with it. It's a nice balance, you know, but it seems the science has repeatedly showed that it's not ideal.
Yeah, I've never like I said, I tried for it, but it's really hard to do for a home grower. I mean, unless you got really good equipment. But you know, as long as it was anywhere in that 60 to, I tried to stay around 70 degrees, and then like up to like 60, I don't know, like 63% humidity will be like about very max, or 62%.
Yep.
And then if it went down to like maybe 58, you know, I'd still be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day when Mott and I, our first apartment, we had a closet that we kept it like 60-60. It was like easy for us to maintain that. And we got some really, you know, we did great in some of those cures back in the day in that closet that came out right using the 60-60 method.
Oh yeah, it would work, no doubt. But I was amazed to find out, and we all heard like terps start to volatilize off at like 68 degrees or the first ones, and then I think it's 70 degrees, some more comments than that. But repeated studies over and over, blind tests, all that. And you know, we use a Canatrol. They did a lot of tests on their own. They have a lot of test results too about terpene retention and how fast. I guess what one of the things they learned was the rate at which moisture leaves your product is very important for locking in terps. And so that's a lot. I think a lot of reasons whenever it gets wet again or something, it's kind of lost. You know, you can never get it back. That's what happened to us, man. We'd get to like day 5 of drying, and we'd both leave for the day. It would rain like crazy. No one would be there to like turn a dehumidifier on or nothing. Come home, and buds that were about to go into jars are now moist again. And it's like, damn, the whole grow's hanging in this closet. What do we do? You know? And so that's what pushed us to get the Canatrols, was a couple instances like that. And then they never come back. It just tasted like hay. And you pretty much lose it.
And we moved too. We moved across town, and that, like, there's no closet in this place, no spot in this place. It seemed it was gonna be like that here, and that sucked. That made me cry a couple nights. Wow! Now, ooh, I'm excited. Ooh.
Enter the twilight zone.
Teeny tiny Harlequin clones. These things are only 3 inches tall, believe it or not. That's so bizarre. That beautiful. Is my Flow OG. And this, I took the Harlequin and I cleaned it out underneath. It was too thick. So
it looks much better like that.
Yeah, it's going to bud out better and everything. And it has a very large root mass under there too. So, and because of the design of my tray, there's the roots right there. I can open it up and pull the whole damn root out, and then move it into here, and the whole root will go with it.
That's sweet.
I'm sorry, Christy, you were saying something?
Oh no, she's just the way she's shaped. She's so beautiful. I can't wait to see her in the.
I hope it stretches out a little bit. Hope it gets a little smaller. So.
She'll be able to hold them big fat buds, man. You know, because she's very stout.
Indeed she will. And this is the black cherry garlic crossed with crop cherry. And I will know this time I can't turn this camera sideways. It won't reorient in the video. I was watching the show.
Yeah.
So.
We're seeing a great view of that. You got a good view.
Oh yeah, these are really nice buds. And somebody said I was going too fast last time, so I'll just slow down.
They got rails on them.
Yeah, we want to stop and enjoy it. Smell the flowers.
I was smoking out of my vape. I had cut a bud off about a week and a half ago and dried it out of this. And I was looking at a pile of sugar leaves, and they were frosty as hell. And my vape doesn't combust anything except for the resin glands. So I put it in my vape, and I got a hell of a good hit, and it tasted just great. So it'll
Nice.
smoke, yeah, it'll smoke sugar leaves too. And these chunks down here, they're so solid, man. They're solid.
Frosty too. Beautiful color.
Yeah, they are. Really frosty. And I got a bunch of them. I think there's about 20 buds, I believe. Yeah, frosty girl.
Oh, they're nice, man.
Nice.
They're stacked all the way
Yeah.
down too.
They are. They're really, yeah, they go all the way down. And then you got the ones down here too. So there's quite a few of them down below, and they're going to be really chunky too. What's that?
I love that
Black
bud
on
structure.
black on black.
It's crazy. And that's the mother plant right there. This is clone number 1. So, and it's quite a bit greener, you can see, but it is turning a little purple though. But look at that cross, man. Isn't that
That
pretty?
is beautiful.
Bracks on bracks on brack.
Yeah.
You're a weird.
I love the
But
color
that's okay.
difference.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's
I'm
one of
wondering if
those.
there'll be any taste difference. Now there is no smell difference. So
That's going to be one of those plants. I can already tell how that's going to be when it's dried and cured, just based on the look of it. How it would feel between my fingers, because I chop everything with scissors in my fingers, and how it rolls up. It's going to be one of them ones that doesn't really lose any density. It doesn't compact. It stays real hard, like little balls in the joint, you know?
Yeah.
And that's some of my favorite shit, man. I haven't had many plants that with that build that I didn't appreciate the smoke later. But maybe that's just me.
this is
I
my
think
favorite kind.
GMO was one of them. It looked just like that, but we ended up not appreciating it. But usually, I love this
Yeah.
look.
Oh, I love the
I got
look. Yeah.
some leaves are drying out pretty bad. The humidity in here dropped down to 40 something, so it's really low.
You're close.
Yeah, well, I'd rather have that than the high humidity though. So I'll deal with it. And plus, with these buds being this dense, I don't mind going. I'd rather have it about 50 myself, 50 RE. But enough that shows up a little low too. So these are just beautiful though.
Great work.
And everything doing good down here. Got my phone down off. Everything's looking good.
It's all right if you like a room full of frosty nugs. Hard.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
And this puppy here is he's delivering heat now, so everything is good.
Oh, it's all right.
That's right. They do the
Heat pump.
heating and the cooling. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the heat pump. Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, it's lovely.
like a
So
swivel. It goes
anyway,
both ways.
I'll be cutting this tomorrow probably, so, and I'll be pulling them out all in one branch at a time. And I'm not going to trim on this stuff, dry trim. Yeah. With the what are the silicone blast or whatever you guys use or have used. Anyway, that's what I got.
Beautiful.
Looks dope. Literally.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm really happy.
I bet you are, man. Good return on investment there.
Yeah, it was, well, that, of course, the mini splits making all the difference. So,
Game changer, right? Total game changer in your
indeed.
system, in your situation.
yeah, first thing was the chiller, because I had all kinds of trouble with warm reservoirs. Those things pick my ass all the time. It was bad. But once I got that, and then the mini split, no, you didn't see any cocktails, did you?
No, it's nice to be able to control that and see the results of your investment.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And I'll be doing some hash and some keys and a little bit of everything with it. So it'll be fun.
You'll have to
And I'll
send
move
over,
Harlequin. Harlequin is next, so she'll be moving in after that.
And you're gonna start the chop then. You're harvesting tomorrow. So
Right.
that'll be soon. That'll be That'll be nice to see and watch.
Yeah, it'll be nice to smoke. I can't wait to. Now the bud I had last week, it was pretty good, but you're always going to have a little green taste if you take it early. But the buzz was nice, so it should be pretty cool. And that was the Dean 420s black cherry garlic crossed with trop cherry, by the way, as a reg.
Sounds
We've
yummy.
seen-
It sure does.
We've
Does not
seen
smell like cherry.
no
garlic.
cherries.
I don't smell garlic either, honestly. We'll see what it smells like after cure, of course. That'll be the final judge.
See, that's why I like when you get that one. I mean, to me at least, I got a bad nose for all this. I mean, they all pretty much smell pretty much the same. But you get that one strain that just sticks out in your garden. You're like, whoa, that's like I've never smelled this smell before in here. That's like that hella jelly, or like if you've ever grown a mimosa. Mimosa has a very distinct smell. It's like a clementine, like a floral kind of smell, and it's refreshing.
The cheese ones, the pine ones, the lemon ones, the obvious, a hard time distinguishing a lot of other smells. All I know is it smells really good. I wish I could describe it better.
I'm with you. Like Smart and I both have a hard time of doing that, describing the smells, and not all smells are. The smells that Smart likes aren't necessarily the smells that I like, and vice versa. But
like that Blue Dream. That Blue Dream had a pretty distinct smell. It was like ripened blueberries, kind of like it had a very distinct smell to it. That was nice.
Yeah, I like the blueberry smell. I think that it was I don't want to say it wrong, but maybe the Violet Beauregard, she had a strong blueberry smell to her. We've grown Blue Dream in the past that had that blueberry. I love that blueberry. Anything fruity, that's probably my favorite.
That's American one strain, Violet Beauregard. Willy Wonka, right?
Yes.
Where Violet Beauregard comes from, Willy Wonka.
Oh, was that girl on there?
Yeah, she turned violet. Violet's turning.
She swelled up and floated away and shit. I don't know. Is that the right one?
Yeah, they had to take her away. Yeah.
GMO. Yeah, that's everybody's loving that. We grew it one time. It was the most beautiful plant. Oh, was it beautiful? It looked like this stuff in your garden a lot, Art, man. But when it was done in the jar, we busted out to smoke it. Not good at all. So that could have been on us. That was just our experience with one plant. So I don't I don't shun I'm not shunning an entire.
Yeah, it was just one plant. And like Mott said, we would
just
try
out of our
again.
experience. I'd love to try it again. We actually have the seeds out here. Give it a rip. And I never smoked anybody else's.
I'm sorry.
What's that, Art?
Some people in chat are talking about cheese again.
Cheese.
I want to get me a cheese. They're talking about UK cheese. It's another cheese. Herpopotamus. Love that name, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
I've heard that UK cheese is banging. Professor Know-It-All kept that around for a long time.
That's right. I remember that now.
Yeah. The UK cheese. He had Professor Berry. You remember the Professor Berry, I think he called it, and something else. And he really
kept back into the archives.
He kept it around for a while. I don't know.
I think I smoked the cheese strain.
What's that?
It was I grew it once. It was really strange. I did get it from Britain though, but it wasn't labeled UK cheese. It was from the Latitude Seed Bank. That's what it was. Anyway, it grew like a vine though. It was kind of weird. It kind of went sideways. It didn't shoot for the light like a normal plant, but the smell and the taste was skunk. It was just strong as hell. I loved it.
Right on. When we grew all three different strains from the American one. I remember one being blueberry, one being like a cheesy kind of a taste, and one was like a rubber ball, like a blue rubber handball flavor, kind of real, and with a little skunkiness in there, funkiness, and all three of them were great. But I can't remember which flavor to attribute to which strain. You know,
I'm forgetting. I have to get my journal and.
Our buddy Texas Weed Hopper.
I'm glad I take those notes though.
Howdy, y'all.
Here's
Some nice bushes you got there, buddy.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
That's right.
She keeps growing.
They are. They're dense.
I measured them this morning. The tallest one is 25, and the shortest one's 14. She'll have to sit on a bucket or something. But trying to decide what I want to top dress for, because I got to stay ahead of it since I'm kind of doing living soil. But got me some buds and blooms from what you call it, and got me some of my worm castings in that bucket.
Nice.
Here's a towel. Welcome to the show. Oh yeah.
Sorry to interrupt the
Brand new bag of leaf mold compost. I like these guys. They make great stuff.
but damn, Texas, those plants blew up, dude. Boom.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the blue mats were working good.
I'm impressed, dude. That was a lot of growth since the last time I seen them, man. Wow.
And you hardly have to do anything. I got a bit of a fungus gnat problem, of course, because I got a lot of moisture or whatever. I don't know whether you can see them, but I wiped them up a couple of days ago, but I got mosquito bits and got them soaking in some water, so I'll knock them out with that. A couple applications, and they should be gone.
Beautiful.
It is.
That blue mat system, they look like they're really loving it.
Well, I
Along
tell
with
you,
everything else.
after the first couple of weeks, it
Found its groove, huh?
when you start having some runoff, I didn't want to freak out and start adjusting things. And basically what I was finding is that I guess water's diffusing out of, or not the water, air is diffusing out of the water that I put in the carrots. And, that air bubble in there doesn't allow it to turn off at the right time. But anyway, you just pull the carrot, you dip it in a bucket of water that you've been sitting around for a while so it doesn't have as much oxygen in it, and purge that bubble, check the calibration and stick it back in. But since I did that on the ones that had the air bubble, none of them have had runoff, serious runoff. So that's cool. They still water on cue. It's kind of fun to watch which ones are drinking. But yeah, what was it? A week ago that I was on last, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few of them were looking a little anemic, so I've been using Advanced Nutrients Iguana. It's still organic, but it's kind of like fish hydrosolate and whatever else they got in there. It's 313. It's kind of weak, but.
And you've just been putting that through the top, right? You don't put that in the blue mat system, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
The reservoir is still pure water. Just got my organic top dress, and if it looks like it needs a little extra, then I'll give it some liquid newts.
Oh, great, man.
I haven't topped any of them yet. They're all still kind of in their natural form. And the tallest one, I made it about 1.5 inches shorter by putting a good bend in the main stem. Of course, It's It's already recovered, but it's got a nice little crook in it now.
It's crazy how fast they straighten right back up, you know?
Oh yeah, I think the key is you just can't freak out because living soil or whatever you want to call it, synganics, whatever, it just doesn't turn on a dime. So if you try and turn it on a dime, usually you'll overreact. So it's kind of a slow process, slower.
Sure, you know it.
But yeah, that's about all I got. Just picking off ugly leaves once in a while and giving them some good airflow, or making sure they got airflow. I guess the weather's been kind of weird, so keeping things right a little bit different and using a little bit different settings on my AC unit, experimenting.
We enjoy
That's
seeing
great.
them, man, in the progress.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
How long were you without power, Smot?
About 10 hours, man.
10 hours?
Right?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, it was
10
about 10
Damn.
hours.
Sucks, man. It came on, all the neighbors got it on for like a half hour, and then it went back off again. And we thought, well, it'll be quick, but no, it wasn't. I don't know what happened. Just a snowstorm come through, windy as hell. Blew some lines down or some trees or something, you know.
Or the
It was
house is
mostly
there?
during the night, so
Yeah.
I felt like I slept through half of it.
Or the
Hey,
house?
Chance, I like your fingernail, man.
um,
You're blocking about 30 of your camera with your finger, dude.
Or the house is there mostly heated with fuel oil?
we got natural gas. We got natural gas, but I like to use the wood burner on the cold nights, or you know, or it's a lot of work, a lot of dirty work and shit, you know. So
I got natural gas too. Just ask OK Jason Hart, man.
oh yeah. That's
Oh
funny.
no. Tal is the supplier of natural. He is the pipeline guy, man. He's the manufacturer of this stuff.
So what's the real word for GMO? They're in the chat, and I know they say some people are saying genetically modified organism, which I've heard that story, how that's really what it was called, and then people changed it. I actually think garlic, mushroom, onions is more palatable to me than something that's a genetically modified organism. I would rather grow a garlic, mushroom, onion strain any day than a robot strain.
Never grown it. I can tell you.
I don't think I've ever even smoked GMO.
Hey, Zach, you're blocking your camera with your hand, dude. There you go. There we go.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Now you're good. Now you're
Sorry.
blocking
All right.
it again.
I was saying I don't think I've ever even tasted GMO.
Oh, you know, some people say it
I
has
don't either.
mushroom and onions in it. I wouldn't know. So, how's those autos doing over there, Tal? He's muted.
Yeah, I left. I'm back. There's 3 of them that are starting to fade, and yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what kind of nutrients I got to get them. But all the rest seem pretty good, and I got the light now as high as it goes. I'll go in there and turn it on. The light's off right now, but I'll go in there and turn it on a little bit. But yeah, and that bug scare, that the sprayer I didn't use for a while, and it had some leftover whatchamacallit, sulfur, wettable sulfur in it, and that's probably what those dots were. And so I sprayed them again with that same sprayer, and it was pretty much left that white film. So even if it wasn't, there was definitely some sulfur in that sprayer. So hopefully, if there was any bugs in there, maybe it even was strong enough to do something. But I don't think it was. It was like leftover in there, I think,
Some's better than none, right? If there's a problem.
It definitely ain't gonna hurt, but Yeah, it freaked me out for a second. And then I was like, and then I thought maybe it was powdery mildew because, yeah, it wasn't here very long. And that could be an issue here. I don't know. But yeah, we'll go take a look in a little bit.
Yeah, no problem, man. I got my logo up there. I wanted to show everybody our logo since we got a lull in the action here. Venerate the plow, and I found that to be a pretty cool little picture and saying. And I found venerate the plow just means give major respect to those who do the farming and bring us our daily bread. And I think a lot of times we lose that. You know, we're growing for get high. We're growing for medicine. I grow just to get high, to be honest with you. And we sometimes lose track of the people that are out there busting their ass and got a lot of shit on the line for their crop that come in every year. This picture, I think, has a lot of shit in it. There you got a guy here running his plow with his 2 oxen, and he would be preparing the ground to plant. And then you got a lady there that looks like she's harvesting or has harvested something. So maybe it's both ends of the spectrum. I don't know, but I found it to be very, very powerful. And we should take a minute and think about the people that are out there farming. Some of them are less than savory, but a lot of them around where we're at are really good people. And they put a lot on the line every year to grow the crops, to grow the cows that we milk and chickens and all that shit, man. So, you know, farming's more than just a cannabis. I think sometimes we get tunnel vision. Especially in the winter. We don't have no crops outside around here, Tal, in the winter. So you get like, you know.
Yeah, the plants that lady's holding looks like weed almost. It looks like they got buds at the end. Maybe she was following him and rolling joints for him as he goes so he could work.
Yeah, that's what it is. I like that.
She got those. She harvested from the greenhouse. That's what it is. The wallopini that they probably have outside of the picture there.
Right.
That's funny. That's one thing they do around here to extend the growing season outside is they build little boxes with I seen the one people did it with old windows, man. And they just built a lid on hinges out of old windows and really put some straw down and shit. And it stayed warm enough for certain crops, you know, not all crops that you would want to get in summer, but they were growing some pretty hardy shit. I thought that was wild. Venerate, generate, and propagate. I like that. There you go, cannabinoids. My wife stepped out to get us some coffees. I'm going to twist another buckhorn. That's not what really a buckhorn is. When 20 years ago when I was in prison, we used to call buckhorns either half weed, like a spliff, half weed, half tobacco, or a lot of times it would just be a straight hand-rolled joint. Bugler, 4 Aces, Midnight. You guys ever smoke any of that shit? You already know. Midnight was the menthol version. I used to smoke a lot of buckhorns, man. I'd smoke so many cigarettes, my fingers would turn brown. I'd have to wet them down and rub them on the concrete outside just to get the brown off, man. Yeah, crazy. No, you go to you just go to the bricks outside and everywhere there's pointing, you know, the ground in between. You just spit on your fingers and rub them, and you rub all the shit off there. That's what else we do. So they don't smoke cigarettes in jail no more.
No, they don't. It's gotta be rough.
Yeah, he's going to show his plans. You wasn't here. He said he needs a couple minutes. Some of them had a couple issues. He has his light all the way as high as it'll go. And there was a few spots. Remember we saw the spots? He had mentioned those. I felt bad you missed it. Thank you for my coffee.
You're very welcome. Coffee's for everyone.
Fuck to them things. That's right, Jason. That girl
Spit on the thing.
She wasn't even born when I was doing that. That's funny.
Still a twinkle in her daddy's eye, huh?
Well, Mr. Ganix, G-Bay. Cheers, everybody. Cannabinoids. There comes the towel. Can you hook it up?
Okay, I'm gonna take over these buttons. So
I'll
give
need-
me just 1 second. There we go.
Damn, Tao needs a bigger closet.
Yes, you do need a bigger closet.
You definitely
All
need
right,
some
well-
environmental control. You can be real moist.
Lights off,
Yeah,
but you
I
guys
mean,
can see, man. These things really
Wow.
took some growth, man. They got big.
Oh man, it did.
Those are thick too, man.
All right, I'm gonna turn it on right now. I hope.
It's beautiful.
There we go.
I love it. Love it.
All right, now if you guys, you probably can see already. You see that one?
Nice.
How it's a lot lighter.
Shut-
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
that
can't
one's
tell under that light.
exactly why.
A lot lighter than the one next
What
to
did
it.
I
That's
do?
for sure.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, hold
We
on.
lost it.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oops,
Is
sorry.
that one of those? Is that one of those ones that's in the same pot as another one, so it has multiple seeds in
No,
it?
that one's all on their own.
Oh.
These three tall ones. There's one over here too that's looking a little hurting for sure. You see her?
They are
Yeah.
light. Yeah.
But
I
like,
see
yeah,
it.
most of them, you can see the difference in the color. But they're not 100% happy. That's for sure.
The numbers are in your favor, I must say.
Yeah, and yeah, here you can see some of that
but it
leftover
looks-
residual whiteness.
Look how old it looks already.
Yeah, dude, these plants, I think they need some water right now too. Maybe not. But yeah, I think I should take out some of these big leaves.
That's not powdery mildew, is it?
No, that's that leftover spray, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, you do need to clean it out a little bit. A little packed in there. It's going to get thicker too.
Yeah, and I got the light as high as it goes, and that's those ones in the back aren't far from the light at all, which is not good with HPS. You know,
Do you top autos?
you can, but I don't think it would be good at this stage. You know,
I agree.
yeah, they're already budding.
Definitely got to see your green going.
A couple of them.
Hey, did you put a hygrometer in there yet, buddy?
No, I've been, yeah, not doing all I should. That's for sure.
I think they're having they're having high humidity. That's why some of them leaves are just rolled a little bit or something, you know? They're really
And
bad,
this one,
man.
it
Look at
almost
that.
looks like it's turning away from the light almost. I think it might be getting too hot at the top.
Maybe.
Easy with HPS.
Yeah. But yeah, they're definitely not super happy right now. Now I'm looking more.
That's the problem when they talk like that. It's hard to pinpoint one problem because it's usually a combination of environmental factors.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to definitely give those ones that look a little, I'm going to give them all a little nutrient of some sort. But some of them look really good. Some of them not so. And then over
What
here,
kind of fan you got in there?
and I got this one over here too. That's, oh yeah, this one's dried out now. What was that, Chase?
I was just asking what kind of air circulation you had in there as far as fan and all that.
I just have one on the floor, an oscillator that I have on a timer. So it's not on all the time, you know?
Yep.
But
Yeah, I think that's what they're suffering from. A little bit of heat or hot light there, and a little bit of moisture. A little bit extra moisture maybe being stagnant around there, but
And this is the first time you're growing in this space. So you're going to be learning some things, you know?
that's the other part. I think Kyle realizes that he doesn't have it set up to be maximum potential grow. You know, it's
But like learning the environment and what a space is going to be like in the winter time, in the summertime, and so on and so forth.
I see that now.
Yeah, that I think it's just the leftover. I have to look better though now. It wipes right off, so I think it's just. Yeah, there's no bugs though. There's no bugs. I looked good for those.
Are you shutting your door or leaving it open all the time?
I have to leave it. Oh, I leave it open so that the air can flow. You know.
Oh yeah, then it's probably it might be just dry because it's
I
freaking
think
dry
it's
here. We gotta have
dryness,
our
yeah.
shit. It's like 30% humidity in my house, man. I gotta have everything sealed up to try to get any kind of humidity. I seen Mr. Magpie and I using the same humidifier, and he had a cool trick for his.
I
It's
saw
a-
that post.
Yeah.
You put something underneath the float so that it stays drier or wetter or what?
Yeah, well, it keeps the fan going and it'll completely dry out the wick. And he also was popping it. To use it propped up, he had a piece of copper to kind of help sterilize the water, you know, keep it a little bit cleaner, which I thought was cool. You get it dual purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Good idea.
copper has antimicrobial properties to it.
Yeah, man. We use some of this humidifier. I forget what it's called.
All right.
I'll tell you right
Like
now.
a conditioner or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's good because it probably blows this shit into the air, but it's bacteriostatic treatment, and you can buy it. The same people that make the humidifier make that shit, and it keeps the water nice. I found out that if you use, because I didn't want to use that, I was going to use chlorine bleach, and I found if you put a little too much chlorine bleach, it will immediately dissolve your wick into the water, and
Not good for the paper wick. Yeah.
part water, part fabric wick, and it just kind of falls to pieces. And you know what I mean?
Some things you got to learn the hard way, right? That's one of them. Another one is, looking at that post from Mr. Magpie, we discovered that we threw away the housing unit that houses it. It's like a little plastic.
Yeah, there's a little plastic housing unit
Sleeve.
that holds the filter, and then that whole plastic unit slides into the lower, and then you put the fan and shit on top. And it's pretty much a normal wicking humidifier if you guys ever see them. But we we must have somehow in the move possibly or somewhere online we threw away the housing. So don't do that.
Or if we didn't, we have no clue, no idea, haven't seen. We put an APB out on it, but we have not seen this unit, and it doesn't make sense that they weren't kept together. That makes no logical sense to me. So
it's an $11.88 mistake, $11.88 mistake. So
yeah, we got it.
Learn from us.
Yeah. Because we've learned from our mistakes in the past to keep that like stuff together. Like if it's housing for a certain thing or even batteries, booklets, whatever, keep them together. It's just so much easier to find and not have to struggle with equipment and things of that nature.
Regen said he had a UV option on his humidifier. That's cool. Like a UVA light or something in there.
Hell yeah. Probably 212 or something, I think they use.
We used to use a UV filter for the water at that commercial grow I was at. A UV light.
Yeah, they use them in your furnace now too. If you have a forced air furnace, you can put it in there. I don't know if it's a scam or not. I think some of them would probably work.
Yeah, I was checking into those when I was there because that'll kill the microbes in the air. But they're not too expensive. You can buy a kit for like $100 for your house. Of course, that's what you go back to saying is like you don't know if they're any good because some of those kits are probably $500 or more, and maybe that's where they get you. You know, like you guys spend that money to get a good kit that works.
Yeah, I bet you a humidifier with UV option sets you back a few dinners. Fancy cool mist. I see those. I see those. Looks like someone's doing a breathing treatment inside the tent. Do you ever see that where they blow the smoke from the breeze? That's what it looks like, or the mist.
It's a lot cheaper to add the moisture than to subtract. So
It sure is a lot cheaper to add moisture than to subtract.
So you can, by the savings, have the money to carry over for the cost of the UV.
Yeah, XYZ.
Think about it that way.
XYZ comes to mind. He's in the desert. Jace is in the desert. He has a smoker. We did a whole room and then drag it from the room into the lung, or from the lung room into the tent. Because with the exhaust, if I try to humidify inside the tent, it just gets sucked right out. Plus, I
Be
don't
here
like
in the winter for me though.
Yeah.
Humidity versus a dehumidifier, it really takes some energy.
It's been dry as hell here this past couple of weeks. It's been like 24, 26% humidity, which I just now started monitoring it, really, to be honest, in the lung room. But I've never seen it that low. In the summertime, it's opposite here. It's 50, 60%, 70%. So I'm having to use a humidifier this late in the flower still.
Wow. That's significant and scary all at the same time for me. It's like, whew, hey, I got to take a second. One of our own is dying under the weather.
Hope you're feeling better, Ice and I.
Yep. Listening and
sorry to hear.
Yep. Sending grower love.
Get well
Extra
soon,
yogurt,
buddy. Oh, there you go.
Drink lots of liquids.
He's got all the good
He
medicine.
does.
So I'm thinking he's going to have a speedy recovery, I hope.
vitamin C.
Yeah, man. Some zinc. Is that what it is? Zinc?
It helps. Vitamin C.
Zinc.
Zinc. You know what we use? If I start feeling a little bit shitty, I take one of those airborns. They're actually pretty good. They got like vitamin C and zinc and shit.
And with 4 shots of Jack Daniels, it does the trick.
Little hot toddy.
Just
honey.
just-
Grandpappy's medicine.
If I did 4 shots of Jack Daniels, I'd be dancing on the table, I'm sure.
I'd be howling at the moon with you, man.
4 shot.
My ears would
I
be
used to do
red.
that too.
be hanging over the toilet bowl.
Me too, man.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. Last time I tried to smoke hash under glass, it fell off the pin.
Let's
Oh.
see.
I had to finish it in a bowl.
It's a fly ball in the air. Napalm.
Yeah, that shit is like napalm.
Flaming meteor.
Yeah. You got it. Oh,
Oh yeah.
He's rolling around. Very nice.
that smoke's thick. Like molasses in wintertime. Jack Daniels.
The dry
and you were
one,
good,
too.
buddy. No way. Yeah, that one's really paying off, huh? Nice.
If it didn't fall off.
No, that one worked out pretty good for you. I like seeing that.
Woof.
You know what? I like the hash under glass. We made a video doing that and got a lot of views, man.
Woof.
That's
That one
one,
got me.
Jay, that's one of the things that we have on our YouTube that gets the most views is our drying and curing on the Canatrol. For some reason, it gets more views than anything. But you'd be surprised all the people that message me after they see that and ask about 60/60. It's one of the most widespread informations that comes with I think growers when they first come in. You pick up this, that, the other. The 60/60 is always one that gets passed around, and it's like
It helped us out.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's not ideal, and so it's all. I often that's where we bring that up at a lot.
Yeah, I think 60 is a little too cool, in my opinion.
Yeah, it can be tough to achieve that number consistently for a long period of time, depending on where you're at. We get a lot of that too. I can do the same thing in my closet with an AC, and that's great. I think it really is great if you can do it, and you have a system that you've been doing for years. That's wonderful. I wish I could.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah, I was contemplating Canatrol. That's why I got the herbs now. I mean, I just can't justify the price. I mean, I know everybody talks about it. They always go back to the price. It's too much. I mean, if they come down quite a bit, I might consider it. But I'm gonna give this herbs now a test drive and see how it does. And I mean, I got it on sale for $150, and it holds a pound. So even if I had to buy 2 of them, that's $300.
Come on, man. I ain't shit to a giant like you. Them pockets are deep, son. I get mine.
Man, I have been on a spending spree here lately, but hopefully I'll be done here pretty soon.
Move a couple decimals on your tax return this year. Boom, Canatrol.
Yeah, I need to claim a couple more independents this year.
That's all.
I got my dogs. I can add them on there.
You spend a lot of time here. Me and Crispy, you can claim us. I'll split it with you.
I love that old tax commercial where that guy's sitting at the table and he's doing his own taxes on pencil and paper, and he's like to the point where he's filling out his dependents. He's like, shit, I need more money back. So he looks down over the table and there's his dog laying on the ground. So he puts 1, and then he keeps looking down again. She's got all the puppies. So he puts 13 dependents on her.
That's great. Hey, cheers, Chris. How's it going, buddy?
Welcome, Chris.
I can't complain, man. I was wanting to come smoke with somebody. Nobody's hanging out in my group, so I'm gonna jump ship and come hang out with you guys.
Right on, man.
So
you got a big freaking Jar Gabor. What? That's
nice.
a one. What's that?
Oh yeah.
A one.
Yeah.
That's a
yeah, so I got it over at Ross, Marshalls, I should say.
Okay, cool.
That's the biggest jar.
$12.99 for it. It's a mason jar.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yo,
it's,
Guerrero,
I like that.
we're your people, though, just to let you know. Like, none of my people are hanging. We're your people, guy.
Yeah, well, that's great.
Yeah,
I know.
man.
No. I'm saying the ones that usually come on the group that comes on my show. We usually
No,
hang
I'm
out
only
backstage,
joking. I know.
and none of them are hanging out. I haven't heard from them this whole weekend, so I was like, I want to hang out and smoke with people. I don't want to be by myself. And
Right
yesterday I went to a race with my wife. My wife races cyclocross, and yesterday the race was at a nudist resort.
Ah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Did you go naked?
So, no. Nobody wants to see all this.
Was there people driving their bikes naked, dude?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh, that's
yeah.
living, my
I'm
friend.
sorry.
That is.
Yeah. They were riding their bikes naked. There was a couple people that you did want to see, but then there's a lot more that you don't want to see.
Yeah.
I
So-
spent many a year at the nude beach, man. I getting the sun all over your body is awesome, dudes.
That's not
Yeah.
no. That's
Like, they're
not
not-
the
that's
thing.
dangerous.
That's not the thing. Swimming naked is
That's
infinitely better than laying out naked. You
Right,
burn your
right.
you burn things when you're sitting out naked.
You
and
gotta be
stuff.
careful, yeah.
You gotta be careful. but like swimming
Never
naked
happened.
free is wonderful.
There's
Jay,
Never
no-
gonna happen.
But I was
No
gonna say there
burns.
definitely is a lot that you don't. Your eyes want to bleed, you know, when you
Yeah.
look the wrong direction. But there was some hotties like out in New York. There's like two nude beaches that I would go to, and yeah, I hooked up with a lot of chicks from that too, though.
Nice. He's a
Yes,
PIMP.
Kyle's got some war stories.
Hey, man.
there's a couple of nude beaches also in Humboldt, and they're really nice too. Sometimes there's some. Humboldt is not only a cannabis community, but it's also a retirement community. So when I lived there, I was in my late 20s, and yeah, there's a lot of people my age at that beach right now, like in their late 40s and 50s and 60s and stuff like that. And yeah, me and my wife were the only two young people there, so it was.
Kyle got the Kavorka. That is the lure of the animal. Yeah, there's only one way to get rid of the Kavorka too, man. That's what you'll have to ask Small Tubes. He knows all about it. Going to the nude beach. How do we get on that? Oh, that's a
put
race.
garlic around.
Oh yeah, yeah. So what was it? I brought
I
that
was
up.
gonna ask you what's in that big jar, man.
Okay, so this one is the one I think your wife should smoke or get is Groovy Dreams, and this one is a blue dream into OG Supreme OG from Nerds Genetics. It's called Groovy Dreams, like I said.
Cool.
It is beautiful growing, one of my prettiest plants growing. It was awesome. It looked beautiful. They're available through Nerds Genetics, I think, and then you could go other places too. Probably check it, do a search for them. So yeah, this is good, and this is the this one right here is the garlic butter. That's the garlic butter. That's the non-purple one. To me, it smells nothing like anything to do with garlic, mushrooms, or onions, because that was not what it was named for. It was named because they were trying to say that genetically modified organism, because it was the next best thing. It was like, oh, this is so good. This must be GMO. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what they were trying to do. Is kind of like how green crack got its name and everything, and marijuana. So there were names that nobody liked the name of, and then they wanted to name it something else. And somewhere down the line, somebody said it smelled like fucking garlic, mushrooms, and onions, which smells subjective to me. When it was growing, this garlic butter, it just smelled like rotting fruit or like ripe fruit. It smelled great. It didn't smell nasty, or it didn't smell like some of the crosses I've smelled with a GMO that do kind of smell nasty and stuff. But yeah, no, this one just smelled like rotting fruit. Like it smelled good. It still smells great. It's really good.
It's like the purple haze. It never gets purple, man. You know, sometimes it's just because it has that name doesn't really seem to follow suit all the time, right?
Yes, exactly.
That is cool. Hey, did Snoop Dogg come up with green crack? How did green crack come about?
Oh man, I don't think that is a story I heard also. I don't think that is necessarily true. I just think that wherever the name came from, everybody hated it.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to be smoking green crack. I don't care what strain it was. Nobody wanted to smoke that, and nobody wanted to smoke marijuana either, because nobody wanted to be associated with heroin. So everybody's like, no, I don't want to smoke no marijuana. It didn't matter how good it was; they just didn't want to smoke it. But GMO, on the other hand, people are just latching on to the garlic, mushrooms, onions, and then they say, "Oh yeah, it smells like garlic. Oh yeah, it smells like onions." And then the guy that bred it says it doesn't smell like none of that. I don't know where they're getting that from. So yeah, I forget where where I watched it. If it was on Future Campus Project or if it was on some other channel, I don't remember. But I remember seeing the thing, and I know other people have seen it too, and they corroborate that story that the breeder gave out. I don't remember anybody's names, so I had to go look up who the breeder was. I don't remember people's names. I only remember like people that I hang out with's names and stuff. So, yeah.
Looks like Jace found the answer. Snoop Dogg did refer to it as green crack. It was originally named Kush with a C. Well, that's what he's writing down. Is that what you found, Jace? Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, I just found that on the internet. I mean, if it's on Google, it's got to be true.
They can't put it on. Hey, Art Man, you're muted, man. I wonder why. I think he's been talking and I was wondering why I can't hear Art Man.
No, I ain't been talking.
Oh.
I just been looking at chat. Nope. I just been listening.
But I saw that story in a couple of places, so I'm just going by overwhelming circumstantial evidence here.
No, was that the one that he liked so much that he was like he had to have, or what was the one that Snoop Dogg's favorite one that he was like?
That's it. I think that's
that's
what I heard. Yeah.
Was that the one he liked so much?
I didn't know it was called Kush with a C. I've never even heard of Kush with a C. Is that like Cali Kush maybe or something?
We got some. We got some people from Australia in the chat. What's up, Australia?
Yeah, some Australia. I guess.
The dewdrop in. That's what there's a dewdrop in there.
Yeah, usually they don't. They used to show up on my show a lot more, but that was when my show was like 12 hours long and stuff. And now I miss a lot of the people from the other side of the globe, because when you're on this early, like you are, they're asleep right now, or it's really late at night.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I got lots of friends that in Britain. Same thing.
Oh yeah.
They seem to come to the Wednesday night show more often.
Speaking of that, Mad Dog right there.
Yeah,
Mad Dog.
There's one.
There's
Firefly.
Is that a Brit right there? Nice.
Absolutely.
I can't tell because he put a flag. Is that a Brit flag? I can't. Is that a Australian flag?
StreamYard doesn't show
their logos. It's too small.
Brit flag.
It's tiny. I can't see anything on the logos.
Yeah, it was a Brit flag. And there's Jeff right there. Good day. I don't know how to say. I was saying. What did I say yesterday? I said,
good on, mate.
I said, cheers, mate.
That'll work too. Yep, he's an Aussie.
Yes, we know that, Jeff. Yes,
all
Jeff
the
is
giant Australian freeze he had this year.
Jeff was one of my original watchers of the show. He came on a couple times and stuff, real early during the show, like 3 or 4 years ago, somewhere around there.
Put another shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I adopted no worries. I say no worries all the time, and I think that originated in Australia.
Oh, Lord.
They have a hard time getting seeds and shit on there, man.
I don't think so.
I thought somebody said they were stopping a lot of seeds, or they was getting eradicated, or
irradiated. Irradiated.
Yeah.
Yes. They get irradiated, and which kills every living thing.
I didn't know that. I would have tinfoiled them, because when I got seeds from Canada, they would wrap it in tinfoil. So if they tried irradiating it, I don't think it would penetrate the tinfoil. Yeah,
I think that's what I think. Don't they have those freaking envelopes that are like that? That like for
Yeah,
X
yeah,
Ray
they
Radio?
do. I've
Probably.
heard of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I've mailed them out to Australia and they've popped, so they must not be getting. I guess if they don't know what's in the thing, they won't irradiate it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Huh.
Yeah, I know somebody
That's not
that
a
packs
gnaw.
them. Somebody
Now
packs
that's a
them.
gnaw.
That I know that's a breeder that packs them in hairbrushes. So you can use hairbrushes to pack them in. So
Hairbrush.
a hairbrush,
Oh,
yes.
pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever works.
Yeah, he showed it on his channel, so it's not like I'm giving out a secret that he's done.
Nah.
He showed it on my channel. He showed it on his channel, so it's not like I'm giving away something that nobody knew. But yeah, he showed. Hey, don't be calling the person out, bud.
Oh,
Yes. But yeah, you could pack them in there. You pack them in hairbrushes and stuff. You could pop out the little the spongy part of the hairbrush, boop, and then put them inside right there, and then close it right back up. Put it back in the package. You're good to go. But who the fuck mails? Who mails freaking hairbrushes? I was like, you got a hairbrush from America. That's not suspicious either.
no, one hairbrush from America. Hey, I watched a show on TV called
$32. Hey, $32 is in that hairbrush.
Yeah, that's not suspicious. I just sent a sticker there. I didn't send any weed or seeds or anything, but one of my stickers got there.
Oh, nice. Did it? How much did it?
I have about $2 for these international stamps I have.
Oh, okay, $2.
Yeah, as long as it's under an ounce, they go right through. So I mean, it took like 3
an
weeks.
Ounce, whole ounce?
Yeah, an ounce. Well, yeah, no, an ounce, an envelope.
Oh,
an ounce.
You throw
Yeah, you can't send an ounce of weed. That would never. That ain't gonna go.
Throw
man.
that stamp on the ounce of weed and shit and send it.
We're not Canada. No, that's Canada.
Oh, that's Canada.
Which is real, up to an ounce too. So that is real. There.
I know. Hey,
That's
they have
pretty awesome.
They have a place.
Good for that.
I think it was Uncle Rick and them guys. I heard that they have you go into the post office in Canada, and they actually have a section, and it says use these boxes to send cannabis and cannabis
mailers.
products.
Cannabis friendly.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, that's so lucky, man. I couldn't imagine seeing that.
Yeah, the people in America, they'd be taking those packages and cutting them open, taking out the stuff and throwing in rocks and whatnot.
That's true. That's true. They're not nice like Canadians.
He got the brush, but no fucking seeds until he figured out how to take it apart.
Yeah.
Oh, Rick. That's funny.
Who knows? Maybe our future here in America is bright and we'll be able to mail some cannabis to our friends and not have to worry. Grow it outside, grow it indoors, and have your window open so that the neighbors can enjoy the smells coming from your house like you do. I feel like, that future would be so awesome. So here's to that. I'll smoke to that. And for all the prisoners to be set free.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. By the way, I'll be on Let's Be Buds. Rick invited me to be co-host this next Wednesday. I'll tell you on this Wednesday show, but we'll have OC Grower on there. I have a list of questions about this long too. No, about a bunch of technical shit, really.
Did you say pussy grower?
OC Grower.
Oh.
OC Grower.
Sorry.
Don't make me rent you, Tao. That's what this blue wrench is for, you know.
I was like, you could grow them. I missed out somewhere.
I believe that's called prostitution.
Hey, wait a second. I'm growing the wrong stuff. How do you grow that?
Yeah, it's called $500 and time served.
Bring back Heidi Fleiss.
I'm looking
Oh
forward
my God,
to the OC grower interview because I've been watching his interviews for a long time now. The first one being with Rob Smith, and it's going to be a real treat to see him on the Let's Be Buds on this coming Wednesday show. I'm excited.
Be fun, be cool, and he's very knowledgeable about pressing hash rosin. So,
Good grow me.
matter of fact, last show you started talking about the glass jar method he uses to test.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have him explain that just because you told me that. You reminded me. That's a great topic. So thank you.
No problem, man. It's a way to find out what it's going to wash out to, you know. And
Right.
You might want to, I guess, at that point, if you do that test and you've realized, all right, I'm only going to get 1.5%, which I don't know the real numbers, but say instead of the 4 that I wanted, I may just want to cut this down for flour or do something different with it versus washing all of it, you know. And I guess sometimes that's how you, if you have the luxury, you know, of a couple tenths and the time and money to grow it, and then kind of make that decision at the end, you know. And so I think some of the stuff he's now keeping, he's obviously making his own stuff, so he kind of knows what he wants to wash and how he processes it. But I do think it's fun to see someone who has all the equipment and the know-how to go through that process and see how they get it all worked out in the end. But it looks beautiful as a finished product too.
Oh, indeed it does. And I just want to say real quickly,
no, they got the freeze dryers, the whole 9 yards, man, and it's a sweet looking finish.
Yeah, the right equipment makes
almost a lab, really.
Speaking of right equipment, I heard you were talking about that you have the Canatrol.
Yeah, we got a couple of them, man. We got 3 of them.
You got 3 Canatrols. Did you purchase them yourself, or did you somehow get them to send you a couple to try out? Because I really want to try one out and everything just to see how good it is.
I bought the first one myself. The second one I got by using our code. We was able to get a code from them and sell some, enough to get a free one. And then when they canceled that program after a year, they gave us another one as a party gift and said, "Here you go. Thanks for your help. See you later."
Which is really nice.
And they are awesome.
That's pretty nice.
They are awesome.
They are awesome.
Nice. Yeah, because I've always wanted to try one, but I can't be spending that money on devices and stuff that I don't know if it works and stuff. And I'm for spending the money on stuff that works.
Yeah.
It's just that, like, if it doesn't do better job than me, then it's a waste of money. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I do a crappy job. So if it does worse than a crappy job, then
that's what pushed us to get it, man. We lost quite a few harvests to our own hands in drying and curing phase, either from mistakes, not being home, or whatever the case may be. And then you just lost 4 months. And the return on investment on buying one of those really helped us out. And having one of them is actually not enough if you're growing for some real weight. So you need more than one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So you need more than one.
And a big selling point for Smont and I was the owners and inventors were willing to have phone conversations with us and walk us through questions that we had and guarantees that we were,
And they came on our show and let us interview them.
And I thought that's going above and beyond backing your product like that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do, I had to build a model out of cardboard with the exact dimensions for Smart to even entertain. Because he's like, oh, that's the size of a microwave. I don't think so. It's so expensive. And I'm thinking, I agree, it's expensive, but what's more expensive than ruining our bud like this? It's emotionally heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's like, so
I
we have that.
bought my way out of it, man.
Yeah, I lost probably 2 or 3 pounds last year, just from not drying it long enough and then sticking into the curing bucket and stuff. So yeah, I totally understand that. Yeah, that's why I was so interested in it. And then I am with you. I've listened to them talk about that 62 is not the be all end all, or 60 whatever. The reason why I say 62 is because the Bovita packs say 62. So so 62. I didn't believe that was the end all be all, because there hasn't been any real science done for it to be like that, to be the ultimate truth. Until I see studies and stuff, white papers study. Okay, I don't read white papers, but other people do. When those people read the white papers and tell me that it's real, then I'll be like, okay, so 62 is the best way. But yeah, I would really love to see the studies on what the true best temperature and humidity is for drying cannabis. So I think
a lot of us would. I'd also like to know the exact processes that go on during a cure, because we all know that the buds change from, fresh buds to a month old. I'd like to know exactly what's going on. Are those microbes, or is that just like compounds that are synthesizing and changing because of their age, and they're oxidizing, and there's a whole bunch of shit going on there. I'm not really sure that I understand it, honestly. I think there's a gist of it there, but to really see it laid out, and I need it in picture format so I can absorb it.
What I hear, the reason why we cure is that we are taking the chlorophyll out of it, having the boogers that are in there eating the chlorophyll. They eat all the chlorophyll. Yeah. So they're eating all the chlorophyll, and then you have to burp the jars to let the gases out from the little boogers eating the chlorophyll and stuff. So you let that gas out. That was what my understanding of it was.
There's some science on that. I'll put a link in the chat. Yeah, the guy they measured everything and watched it, and it's so bizarre because the terps faded out, they've jarred it up, and then when they retested it, more terps came back. So I don't know exactly what's going on, but there's some funky stuff that goes on. But I'll go find that I think it was medicinal genomics. I'll find it and put it in the chat though.
But the one thing they said, the one thing they were trying to say, that the reason why you don't want to open the jars, everybody's like, oh, once you put them in the jar, you shouldn't have to crack them at all. You should be putting them in there, not having to crack them. And the reason why they say that is because every time you crack the jars, you're letting contaminants come into the jar.
Ah, shit. That's bullshit.
So
if you have some good buds in the jar, that's not going to hurt nothing. You're getting more contaminants from them growing on the vine, the whole entire grow, than you are from that 1 second of your jar.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. That was one of the reasons why they were saying that you shouldn't pop your jars at all, because every time you do, you're introducing new pathogens coming in, new mold coming in, new everything going in there.
We used to put hygrometers in every jar, and I would watch, and I would watch the humidity rise as the bud from the center, the moisture would migrate. Obviously, you know how it works. It migrates to a drier part of the bud and it kind of levels out, it escapes. Then we would watch them rise. Sometimes we'd have to dump them back out, let them dry for a little more because we missed it. We picked a little early. Sometimes it wouldn't get to where we wanted to, and then you know how that goes. And then, but once it stabilized, it'd be like we always liked ours at like 59, 60 for rolling joints. And once it stabilized there, we would stop. We would never burp them again. We would only open them to consume.
Yeah,
and that
that's
always
how
seemed
I
to work well.
Which is sometimes 15, 20 times a day.
Yeah, if there's
You know?
too much water in that jar, that's the stupidest advice you could take. Leave it in the jar and don't open it.
Yeah. But that's why they were saying that. Yeah, that's why they were saying that once you put it in there, it should be already completely dried. It should be done, and you shouldn't have to open it up anymore.
And that's hard to do. That's hard for the farmer to do just based on touch, feel, smell, those indicators. Every bud's different in density, Some of the, if you put all the tops in one jar and all the lowers in another jar, I can guarantee you the tops one will probably need burped or opened, to let the moisture out more than the lowers, etc. So it's nice to split it up, and be able to. We always like to leave like we always left like a third of the jar empty during that part of this phase too, so you have a little air head up there to take on the moisture, etc., and to be able to exhaust that off. That's how we always saw it. But then again, hey, look, our buddy Ross Anante with the tissue cultures has dropped in.
Nice.
We got about 15 minutes. Let's check them out,
awesome.
man.
What?
Hey, I didn't mean to interrupt the conversation there. It's good to see you.
No, we're just bullshitting, man. This is interesting.
Well, I was doing some weird shit, so I thought I'd show you guys. These are kind of a new thing I'm doing. And by the way, sorry I haven't been on recently. It's been kind of busy. But
no worries, man. None at all.
I was just going to say things are kind of getting back to normal. I should be able to pop back on here and kind of talk about some of the spicy tomatoes a little bit better. But I found out that I did not have the right recipe for that. And I stuffed these in a box and they kind of got neglected. So we might have to start over with the correct recipe, or at least transition some of these out and into like a different recipe. But yeah, sorry to not give you an update on that. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in and say hey and show you guys this weird shit that I've been doing. It's called
these are new canisters, man. I've never seen those canisters before, I don't think.
Very cool.
Yeah, I kind of MacGyvered these actually. But it's a temporary immersion bioreaction, which is a bunch of bullshit to just say that it's water that you dunk the plants in with nutrients. But yeah, I was just gonna say
that's cool.
Next time you guys have a show, I think Wednesday, I think I can pop on and kind of show you guys the state of my lab right now, kind of the state of the cannabis and stuff. But yeah, just wanted to pop in and say hey.
That'd be great.
That is going to be so much fun. Thank you.
It'll give us all something to look forward to on Wednesday as well.
Heck yeah. But yeah, I'm going to pop back to the peanut gallery here. I just thought I'd pop in and say thanks. I've been watching the show, and, thanks for the kind wishes from everybody. And just wanted to pop in and say hey.
Yeah, man. We're glad to see you around and hope that, glad to see that things are coming back to normal for you. It's always a tough time, and definitely send our thoughts are with you, man. And I like seeing those MacGyver things. There's a lot of work there, but
I do too.
I definitely got some
cool
questions for you on Wednesday. You already know I already got questions.
Here's the state of the drilling. So that's how MacGyvered we are here. It's I've ratchet strapped the drill here, and I've taken these flat ones and I've dremeled out the pattern, and then I have to go through on the side on this. So yeah, there's been some. If you ever seen the show Junkyard Wars back in the day, it's been kind of like that.
Have. Yes, I have.
Yeah.
I think we all have.
It's pretty cool.
Man. Yeah, it's me versus my brother. He's doing pretty good. He's got this other technique here. But yeah, we're having fun. I'm gonna build this maybe Wednesday. I think I get the final pieces, but I'm building this rack to flip all these at the same time. So
Ah,
Nice.
brother versus brothers. Sunday, Sunday,
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, yeah, much love, and I didn't want to barge in and ruin the conversation, so I'm gonna sit back
Oh,
down.
you're
Oh,
cool.
never. It's always just an
Yeah.
open revolving door for everyone.
We get to stoner talking about stuff. It's always nice to have something to look at. It's like this is not something I ever see, man.
Science.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
I'll explain the failure on this one. I put these into rooting media, but as you can see, there are no roots, and I was kind of using the wrong hormones and media, but I just got the right one. So we'll do a real demo next time.
Now,
Good.
can you, seeing how you already did that, can you just take them out of that, wash them off, and then throw them in the other medium?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I might even just throw these into. I wish I had it. I might just throw these into a Rockwool cube and see if I can't root them. But I think that may be what we do. I have about 300 of these that are about the same state, so we'll have some to mess with and put in the new media, chop up, experiment with.
Cool.
Yeah, eventually these are going out to Art and Seed Person, so
Nice.
a little late on that order, but as you can see, they're kind of not doing what I want. So
They're alive.
Cheers, everyone.
Yes, they are.
You can do.
I can't wait. That's neat.
If you can do embryonic saving or whatever they call it, what do they call that? Embryo saving.
The embryo rescue.
That's it.
Yeah.
You can do that. You can definitely save those plants, man. The black maple.
Yeah, I'm growing one of
deal.
these, and messed up, and the classic thing, I forgot to flower it in time with everything going on, so it's like 7 feet tall, a big pain in the
Oh
ass.
no. Oh no. That's what,
Yeah, cheers
all
everyone.
it
I'm gonna pop back to the peanut gallery, but yeah, appreciate the warm welcome, and yeah, I'll pop back on Wednesday and maybe go in more detail when we got more time.
yeah.
We look forward to it.
Please do.
Heck yeah. All right, I'm gonna mute myself though.
Are you gonna powder? Are you gonna put some citric acid on that too, with some sugar and citric acid? Oh yeah.
Oh, looking nice.
They don't fuck around.
Yeah.
That's
hell
cool.
yeah.
In the time of our show, these are ready to rock. You had them on the stove in the beginning of our show, and now look at them.
Did you use Jello or gelatin? Or
Both.
Both. Okay. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I used Smott's favorite,
Black cherry.
That's it.
and gelatin.
Nice.
You
Hell yeah.
taste
Great.
one yet?
No, I'm gonna wait till later on. I'll be worthless for the rest of the day if I pop one now.
Right.
Worthless.
There's what Smott was talking about right there. Got a little on the counter.
Oh
There's
no.
your wife will be yelling. Yep, that's the taster. That's the one you
That's
eat
a
now.
tester, yeah.
That's the one. Yep.
That's the one for the dog. I'll calm the dog
Scared
down.
money don't pay.
Oh shit.
I should give him some sometime.
Yeah, that's a little strong for the dog, though.
Dude,
Take him out, man.
Yeah, he'd be zonked out for a couple days.
Yeah,
have you ever
it
had
can
one of
be
your dogs
bad.
eat a bud? Like an old dried up bud on an old plant?
I haven't, no.
Oh,
How about a
geez.
chocolate chip cookie? Bastard slept
Oh.
for a long time. You don't want to do that. It's not a good
No.
thing for him.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Nothing
Well, even with that
you
chocolate
do.
too, because chocolate's bad for.
Well,
Oh,
usually
yeah,
that's not the good most of because I'm a new dog owner again. I've had many puppies and dogs when I was younger, but my wife's allergic to dogs and allergic to cats. Deathly allergic to cats, but allergic to dogs. So all she has to do is take a pill every day or so. She's fine, but with cats, she's not able to do that. So we finally got our dog and stuff, and that was one of the things that I was looking at is different things. What I was talking about?
Chocolate, man.
Chocolate. Okay, so one of the things that the doctor said, or the vet said, is a lot of times those chocolate exposures are not really chocolate exposures. They're cheap chocolate. They're not real chocolate. They
The
said
shit they put in the fucking candy bars, the nasty shit they put in there.
Yeah, he said those not. That's not even. He goes, that's not chocolate. He goes,
Yeah.
when it's bad for the dog is when it says 40%, 60%, 50%, 80%. Yeah, anything with a percent on it. If they eat that, that is bad for them. If they eat a Hershey's bar, that is not bad for them. Maybe if they eat a dark chocolate Hershey's bar, then it's bad for them. But if they eat a chocolate chip cookie that's Nestle chocolate chip cookies, not bad for them.
It wasn't the chocolate though; it was the weed that was bad.
Yeah, it was. Usually them that just have time.
It was not good. Yeah,
we're down to the last couple minutes here, guys. We're gonna have to go around the horn and tell everybody goodbye, and tell them where they can find you at if you want. And I want to say thanks to the chat for everybody interjecting. Thanks for everybody who jumped on the show and was able to hang out with us today. We always enjoy it, and we hope to see you back here Wednesday, where Ross and Ate go over some more of that tissue culture. I know we've all been pretty curious about some of that, so if that's something up your wheelhouse, make sure you stop back, and we'll see everybody then. We'll start going around the horn in the order that I have the list here, the first one being the American one.
Smart and Crispy, always thanks for the hosting, and it's good to see everyone. Sorry I wasn't more active in chat. I'm double duty, I'm doing stuff, but yeah, peace out everyone. I'm the American one. We'll catch you later. I'll be on the Cheap Home Grow show tonight for at least the first hour. And yeah, peace out, everyone.
Cheers, Kyle. Up next will be Chris.
Well, I am the host of the Grow Show, and y'all are always welcome over there. It is a community show, and thank you for having me on. Thank you for having the show on Sunday. I'll see you guys Monday. Peace.
Right on. Thanks, Chris. Up next, Ross and Ate.
Hey, well, sorry it was a short-lived thing. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. You can actually find me at subculture.tc on Instagram now. So, yeah, have a good one, everyone.
Right on. We'll see you, buddy. Thank you. Up next, Texas Weed Hopper.
Hey. I'm glad to be with y'all this afternoon. It's always fun growing. It's also always challenging growing 11 different strains you've never grown before. So anyway, it's always fun, and I enjoy being here this afternoon. And, you can find me at TX Weed Hopper, just like it is on the screen. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for letting us follow along in your grow, man, and the ones you've done before all this, and that goes for everybody. We appreciate it. The good, the bad, and all in betweens.
Indeed.
And up next be Jace, and a bunch of gummies over there.
Yeah, cheers, everybody. Thanks for hanging out again, chat, panel. Everybody's looking good there on the grows. Smart Crispy, thanks again for hosting. And cheers, guys. We'll see you next time. Grower love.
Grower love. Last but not least, man, Art Man himself. Tonight, man.
Screwed up mine, didn't he? Made me laugh. Let me just. Artman, 2Ns 420. Artman, 2Ns 420 _ over at Instagram. You'll find me at Cocoa for Cannabis or Percy's Grow Room. I will be on Keep Home Grow tonight for a while, discussing harvesting and curing and stuff. And I'll be on Let's Be Buds this coming Wednesday. So thanks for having me, and we'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Way to go, Art Man.
Right on, Art. We'll see you tonight. Everybody make sure you show up and support Art and have some fun harassing him in the chat with me and my friends. And we will see everybody there later. Grower love.
Grow love, everyone.
All right. Later.
Deuces.